You're listening to the Big Shaw Sports Report on Northeast Streaming Sports.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Big Shaw, and I got my boy Jay from Unscripted in the house. Because I couldn't do this alone. I couldn't do it myself. I thought about it, but I said, no, I can't. I got to get my boy Big J. We're going to do the 2021 NFL mock draft. So, with no further ado, this show is brought to you by Northeast Streaming Sports. So, let's get this started right now with our mock draft. Jay, who do you got going first to the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Well, as the mayor of Jacksonville said, Mayor of Jacksonville personally thanked the Jets for screwing it up and giving them the number one pick, because not even Jacksonville can screw that up, and that's a big one. So right now they got Garner Minshew, and he's, in my opinion, Garner Minshew is probably their best quarterback that they have currently on the roster, but he can't get the job done. He can barely throw a pass about 15 yards or less. I mean, so he's not your deep ball kind of thrower. He's more of a shallow dink and dunk type guy. And it was a fun experience while it lasted. You know, he had the great mullet hairstyle and the cool beard and all this craziness. But at the end of the day, that doesn't get it done. So I think the clear number one choice is going to be Trevor Lawrence, because Trevor Lawrence has a strong arm. He can throw the deep ball. He's got good football IQ. I think he's probably the most pro-ready of the bunch to step in. Mm-hmm. And, I think it's going to be Trevor Lawrence for that reason.
Well, Jay, I have to agree with you. I think Trevor Lawrence will go first. At one time, I said, no. I had Justin Fields, but I didn't want nobody to throw eggshells at me, tell me I didn't know what I was talking about. Look, he's going first to Jacksonville unless Jacksonville finds a way to screw this up and get somebody else. That's somebody else. If Jacksonville decides to screw it up and mess up, they will get Justin Fields if they decide to screw it up. But I think, mark my words, Jacksonville will screw it up next month.
Yeah.
I think so. All right, Absolutely. Dave, for the number 2 pick.
Okay. So, with this number 2 pick, it can go one of two ways. A, they can be pissed off about beating. Actually, can you believe that I'm saying that? They're actually pissed off about winning. How often does that ever come out of your mouth? Pissed off about winning. But by winning and stuff, they lock themselves out of the Trevor Lawrence thing. So they can either A, go with in my opinion, probably the second best quarterback, because I still think Justin Fields needs a little bit more polishing to get to that number 1 spot. But I don't think he's that far off. So either A, they're going to go with Justin Fields, take him at number 2. Or B, they will take, what's that one? The wide receiver out of Alabama. What's his name again? I don't know why his name was slipping my brain. Because they also need a wide receiver. So if they decide not to take Justin Fields at number 2, and they say, hey, you know what? I think Sam Darnold is the right way to go. We're going to go ahead and take the best wide receiver in the class and pair that up with Darnold, so he has at least a good weapon to throw to. And I think that's kind of the way they go. Because I think that's or the third option, which I think is the best option for those guys, is they trade out of the number 2, trade down to like around 11 or so, give it to New England, let New England hop up into the number 2 spot, take their quarterback of the future, and it gives the Jets more draft picks. And all they really got to do with the draft picks is build up that offensive line to where they can protect Darnold so we can get the ball to the already existing receivers. And we have a lot of wide receivers in this class that they can still choose from, because they have a plethora of picks to choose from to take that wide receiver. But, offensive line is probably the second. Well, I'll be honest with you. But the Jets, the biggest need for them guys is offensive line. That's their biggest need. Either they can survive with Sam Darnold, either they can still salvage his career. And if they can build up that offensive line, that would be great. And they could do that by trading that pick down to New England and then get some extra picks out of it. They probably get a good, at least they can get a good pick in the first round and possibly some extra picks in the second round, which would be perfect for keep rebuilding that offensive line. So that would be their best option, would be to trade down and let New England trade up. That would be their best thing. I think the worst thing out of the three, but still salvageable, would be to draft Devontae Adams at the number 2 pick. But I'm going to go with them trade. I'm going to go with this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with them trading out of the pick and taking an offensive lineman, and New England stepping up to the number 2 pick and taking Justin Fields.
Yeah, I like that. I can see the Jets trading down. They do need an offense. They do. They need that bad. But Sam Darnold, he admitted to seeing ghosts on the field, Jay. So are you sure you want a quarterback like that being your franchise quarterback? But another thing, let's just get to the point here. Sam Darnold, he's a good quarterback. He's not the best quarterback in the world. He can play, but you've got to put weapons around him. If you don't,
exactly
around him.
Well, the first thing you got to do is give him an offensive line to keep him upright to get the damn ball to those offensive weapons.
Yes, and I know somebody, Jay, that the Jets should get if they don't trade down and let New England move up, which I think he may go number 2. He's a great offensive player. I don't want to screw his name up, Jay. I don't want to screw his name up at all. His name is it's Penei.
Penei Sewell. Is it a Penei or Penny? It could be Penei Sewell.
It could be Penny, Jay. I think he may go number 2 because that is a need and a want for the Jets. But like we both said, the Jets can trade down.
Yeah,
and maybe get a better quality quarterback. So, but for now, I think the Jets, they'll keep it though, Jay. I really do. I think the Jets will keep it, and they're gonna go with offensive line, Jay.
Yeah, and so yeah, and I think if that actually does, if that pans out happening. I could see then the Dolphins, because the Dolphins are coming up at number 3.
Yeah.
And so if the Jets, let's say the Jets if they don't think that Darnold's going to, you're basically saying that the Jets, in your opinion, are going to take Justin Fields then?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then I got Miami. Because I've already got the Justin Fields. I've already got Justin Fields going to New England at the number 2 spot. So I got Miami taking Devontae Adams at the number 3 spot because for a number of reasons. Number one, they drafted offensive line in the last draft, so they got their offensive line future plug-ins. I mean, they've already got their offensive line built up. They just need the right guy at the helm to lead the ship.
Yeah.
So they got Tua there, and I think Tua showed flashes of greatness. I think Tua's going to be just fine, but I think Tua needs somebody to throw to. And what better than bring his old teammate that he threw the ball to in Alabama and DeAndre Adams? So that means you got a good quarterback, a good line, and now you got the number 1 receiver in the draft coming to your team at the 3rd spot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who I got. That's the reason. Because they drafted the offensive line last go around, I got them taking the best wide receiver to complement their quarterback in Tua Tagovailoa.
Yes. Before I get to my player, Jay, do you think the Dolphins trust Tua?
I think the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are waiting to see what they have in Tua. I think that the Dolphins have not given Tua a full season to say yes or no because they were interchanging him with Ryan Fitzpatrick. And, in all honesty, the Dolphins don't have a good route runner. They don't have a good route runner. Yeah. And I think that if you can bring a comfort zone, because, that's what, Devontae was for Tua. Devontae was a comfort zone. He was a security blanket for Tua. Then I think if you can reunite that duo, one more time with the Dolphins for a long period of time, I think that's going to make Tua better. I think it's going to make the Dolphins better. I think Miami. Hey, who don't want to live in Miami? I think Devontae will be happy to live in Miami.
Well, Jay, I thought about Devontae Smith going to Miami. I really did. I even thought about a running back, because I don't think Miami really have anybody worth talking about. They got a good defense, though. I will say that. But if I was Miami, I had Ja'Marr Chase going there. But I changed my mind. I got a special place for Mr. Chase since he plays for LSU. I got a good spot for him. But for number 3, Devontae Smith, he may go to Miami, because Tua, he needs help big time. But again, they need an offensive line also in Miami, because you got to protect your quarterback. So they got a lot of things to think about in Miami. And no, Miami, they're not going to trade their pick. They're going to stay right there where they're at. They're going to get Devontae Smith. So that should help the Dolphins offense be on fire. But you're going to need somebody else too, besides Devontae Smith. So who would be the other guy? I don't think Devontae Parker, I don't think he's that guy anymore, if you ask me. I don't really think he is. So Devontae Smith, he will be going to Miami. So, Jay, you think it'll be a match made in heaven with them two coming back?
Absolutely. And you got to remember, too, last year they spent a high number 1 round pick on the defensive tackle. They're not going to want to pay 2 defensive tackles high-end money. If they're going to give high-end money, they're going to want to give it to somebody who could complement Tua. And they already have a relationship. They already have a bond. They've already played together. Each one of them knows what the other can do. So that's going to be an easy automatico, because they already have that bond. They already have that that quarterback to receiver connection. So it only makes sense for them to take the best wideout who can run the routes, who has good hands, who is strong and quick. I mean, he's in my opinion, I think he's just the best guy for Tua. And if you want your quarterback to succeed, you give him the weapons to succeed. And they already spent last year giving him some offensive line help. Now they need to go ahead and give him some wide receiver help and give him his old buddy from Alabama, Nick Saban products.
That's where he's going.
And let these guys go at it.
Yeah. And Jay, this is my former supervisor right here, Jack Davis. He's a big LSU and Miami fan, and he thinks Watson's going to Miami.
He thinks Deshaun Watson's going to go to Miami. It could happen. They might pull the plug and make that trade happen. We don't know yet. But I think if that happens, I think that they're going to lose that number 3 pick, and that could put Houston drafting at the number 3 spot, and they're going to have to give up more than just 1 pick for Deshaun Watson. They may have to give up Tua Tagovailoa and a pick for Deshaun Watson. It could even be Tua and or it could be Tua plus 2 or 3 picks. I mean, Houston's gonna want to gain back some of that capital that they gave up for all the other guys that they've given. So, I mean, Miami can't pull that off is not feasible. I mean, they can pull it off, but what is it going to cost Miami? And obviously, for Houston, if they did pull that off and get the number 3 spot, that might give Houston a little bit more credibility in terms of trying to improve that offense or that team in general, because everybody's lost faith in Houston right now. Everybody has lost faith. Everybody says Houston this and Houston that. Houston not going anywhere, trash, so they got to start getting some credibility back. And how do you do that? Yeah. How do you help your fan base out? How do you keep your fan base? By trading Deshaun Watson. And if you're going to trade him, getting that number 3 pick and taking a quarterback or taking somebody of a high value next, like a Devontae Adams, to replace
Devontae Smith.
Either way, Devontae Adams could go at the number 3 spot to
Devontae Smith. His name is Devontae.
So Tagovailoa and Devontae Adams could still be playing together, maybe not in Miami, but in Houston.
Jay, his name is Devontae Smith.
Not Devontae Smith. Okay, I'm sorry.
And
hey, listen, damn it, you know who I'm talking about.
I didn't know who he was. I know he was.
I'm sorry. I meant Devontae Smith. I guess Devontae Adams is on my brain from the.
Who's Devontae Adams?
No, I'm just saying from last year, man. I guess I had Devontae Adams from Green Bay on my mind.
Yeah, you got him on your mind. He ain't going to. Before we go to the next one, Jay, people really. I heard somebody say this. It's not just coming from me. I heard that it's a team they're willing to give up almost half their roster to get Russell Wilson. Jay, who do you think that team is?
For some reason, I'm thinking Cowboys.
I heard that, Jay. I heard that, and I almost died. And I said, you know who that sound like? Jerry Jones. He's really going to win a championship.
But I wouldn't be mad if he brought Russell Wilson to Dallas. I wouldn't be mad about that at all.
But what is Dallas going to be willing to give up?
That right there is the golden ticket. So I think they would have to give up their number 10 pick in the first round of this year's draft, possibly. And they could trade Dak. Honestly, they could do a Dak with the first round pick for Russell Wilson. They can make that trade happen.
I see Russell Wilson in New Orleans, but now.
Maybe, but you know what? The thing about New Orleans is, why are we giving up on Winston so quick? I think Winston could still resurrect his career in New Orleans. It'd be great.
No, he can't.
Why? Why do you say that for? Why do you say that?
That's why Russell Wilson needs to go to New Orleans.
No, but why do you think that Winston can't resurrect his career?
Look, he's a lost cause. He's a lost cause, Jake.
Because I absolutely think that he could resurrect his career under Sean Payton, just like Drew Brees resurrected his career under Sean Payton. You got to remember, San Diego hated Brees after about 1 or 2 years, and they were looking to trade him. And then look, he goes to New Orleans, gets up underneath Sean Payton, gets up underneath that system, and just flourishes. I personally think that Winston's career is not over if you can get the right coach over him.
I wouldn't trust Jameis Winston. You better get Russell Wilson. You better do whatever you can to get Wilson there. You know who I said they need to get rid of? And you may think I'm crazy. Jay may think I'm crazy. But I'm a Saints fan now. But get rid of Cameron Jordan.
Huh? Yeah.
Because this is why I say that. The Saints do have another good defensive end. That can take his spot. I can't think of his name right now. That dude had a lot of sacks last year. Just get rid of him and maybe a draft pick, ship him to Seattle. I don't like I like Lattimore, but I'm not a big fan of him. He's
right. But I'm gonna tell you right now, though, Shaw. I'm gonna tell you, you don't want to bring Russell Wilson to New Orleans. I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
Because like I said, you have Shaw. Think about this for a minute. Just financially, I want you to think about this for a minute. You got a quarterback who is a top 10 guy, who can be a top 10 guy if you just put a little bit around him and give him a little bit of mentorship. Listen to me, Shaw. They don't have to give up the farm. They don't have to give up draft picks because they got Jameis Winston, which they can sign to a very, 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 very cap-friendly contract. So you don't understand that. They can get him on the down low at a cap-friendly contract. It's not going to hurt them. They get a great thrower. They get a great runner. They just got to develop and polish him. People are so quick to give up on him. Polish him because you're gonna get him super cheap, and you don't have to give away your whole farm for a guy who's in his mid-30s like Russell Wilson is.
Wilson can still play. Wilson can still play. He don't have no.
You're not listening to me. I'm not listening. He's in his early to mid-30s. How many years of productivity do you think you're going to get out of Russell Wilson? How many years?
I'm 34, so I see. I know they're going to get time out of him. He got about 4 more years.
You cannot compare yourself to Russell Wilson. You're out of shape. You're out of shape and haven't played anything in a hot minute. So don't go comparing yourself to Russell Wilson at 34.
Yeah, I can smoke Russell Wilson.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. I would put money on that. I would put my whole paycheck on that.
I'm the best quarterback y'all ever seen. But Russell Wilson, he needs to go to New Orleans. He said he wanted to go to Chicago too. But what? What's in Chicago? Nothing.
I really just don't think that's the right answer for New Orleans. I don't think cap friendly and pick friendly and future friendly and competitive friendly. I don't think that's the right answer. Just because a guy has had success at one level, right? Age has to come into compensation at some point. And if I can get a guy like Winston, I'm just telling you, if I can get a guy like Winston at the super dirt cheap price, and I could put more offensive weapons and get more cap friendly around him, that's going to give me way more competitive years than what Russell Wilson is going to give me.
Jay, y'all not going nowhere, but look, they're not going to Jameis Winston. You know that. Think about to the draft, Jay, before I get mad. Well,
Yeah, because me and you will go round and round on that one.
Well, I get man. Whoa, what was that, Jay? You go ahead and do the next draft pick.
So we got number 4 right now with the Atlanta Falcons, and as we know, Matt Ryan is, he's getting older, man. Matt Ryan's getting ready to leave. So I think that what Atlanta needs to do, Atlanta has a pretty decent team. They just, they just weren't coached well last year towards the end. So I think that they need to bring their quarterback of the future right now while they can. And I think right now they go for Zach Wilson out of BYU. He will be the heir replacement to Matt Ryan, and they can build around this guy in the future. And I think Matt Ryan makes sense. I think he's a great player. He needs a little bit more polishing, which Matt Ryan can give to him because Matt Ryan is a selfless type of guy. So Matt Ryan can groom this kid to be his heir replacement when he decides to step down or get traded. And then you got Russell Wilson. Not Russell. Now I'm going Russell Wilson. Now you got Zach Wilson coming in behind him and carrying up the reins and keeping that team competitive. If I was Atlanta, I would absolutely pick Wilson at this pick. Absolutely.
I don't like it, Jay.
You don't like it?
Jay. Go get Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, I can't. Justin Fields I already gave to New England at the number 2 spot.
You did, Jay. You did, but I got Justin Fields for mine, Jay.
Okay, there you go.
How you like that, Jay? Let him sit down for a year. Don't throw him in. Let him sit down for a year. Let him learn under Matt Ryan just for that year. Should be ready to go. But Jay, I thought about this too. I said, now they do need a running back because Ty Gurley ain't nothing no more. He done. Yeah, I said it. Gurley ain't nothing no more. So Jay, what if Atlanta say we'll go get Najee Harris?
They won't say that. They won't say that. They got a halfway decent back right now in Todd Gurley. They're not going to say Najee Harris.
Gurley done.
You know what you're not thinking about? I want you to think about this for a minute. I really want you, Shaw. I want you to think about this for a hot minute. You got a new coach that they have not selected yet, or have they? I don't think they haven't gotten their new coach yet, have they? I don't think they've selected their new coach yet. When Atlanta decides to select their coach, and I believe they're going to do that before the draft, don't you think that head coach is going to want to draft his heir apparent to Matt Ryan? Don't you think he's going to want to bring in a guy that he believes in? And I think that with the IQ, the dependency of Wilson, I think that's who he brings in.
No,
I don't think Justin Fields is going to be there for him to draft. I think Justin Fields is going to go before that.
You think I'm looking for that?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I
think Justin Fields is either going to go to New York or he's going to go to New England or some team that New York decides to draft out of. And that's even if they draft out of.
He's going to Atlanta, Jay. He's going to Atlanta.
Okay. I'm just telling you he's not going to be there. I look at the mathematics, and there's so many teams that need a quarterback that I don't think that Justin Fields is going to be around that long. I mean, honestly.
Man, that's not wrong, Jay. There's only 4 picks.
Yeah, but there's like 3 teams that need a quarterback. And you think that Justin Fields is a third-string quarterback or a number 3 pick quarterback?
Yeah, he's going to Atlanta.
That's crazy.
He's going to Atlanta. He ain't going to Miami, Jay.
I didn't say Miami. I said New York or New England.
But New England ain't going to do it. They ain't going to do it, Jay.
And they may not do it. And that's why I'm saying I think New York, I think the Jets pick Fields, and they don't stay with Darnold.
They going straight offense. They know what they need. They going offense. You can work around Sam Darnold. You can fix him.
I'm just telling you what I think, man. I think that Justin Fields goes either number 1 or number 2 in the draft.
He ain't going 1. He ain't going 1. That ain't happening. Unless Urban Meyer's
not going 1. I don't think he's going 1 either. I got him going at number 2, either to one of those 2 different teams.
He going to Atlanta, and then when you see he go to Atlanta, even though I hate Atlanta, I don't like no sports in Atlanta, but that man going to Atlanta, Jay.
Okay.
He going to Atlanta, and we not too far from the draft, Jay. When that man goes to Atlanta, I don't want to hear.
Hey, listen. Hey, we're going to find out. Me and you, we are going to be on the phone when this draft goes down, and I'm going to be like, I told you. He ain't going.
The Bengals, Jay. The Bengals up next, Jay.
Man, you know what the Bengals need. You know damn good and well what the Bengals need.
Everything.
Hey, watch this.
Everything.
Go ask Joe Burrow what he thinks the Bengals need. Because the man's got every ligament in his body torn because of it. He needs an offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle.
They need an offensive tackle like in the worst kind of way.
They need one really.
That man can't sustain another injury like what he took last year. That would be a career ender. And let's be honest with you now. People don't understand. He tore every single ligament in that knee. There's no guarantees. I'm telling you right now, there is no guarantees that Joe Burrow comes back and is the same quarterback that he left off that field as.
Oh, he won't.
You can't tear that many ligaments. You can't tear that many ligaments and come back and be the same guy. Okay, watch this. And even if he comes back and they say, hey, your ligaments are good, you got to remember there's a psychological component to it too. Psychologically, does he have trust in his knee that his knee will hold up? Does he have trust in his line to protect him so he can make the right amount of throws? So the only thing they can do to help Burrow out, the only thing they can do to give him a security blanket is give him a damn tackle to keep the son of a bitch off of him.
Who you got, Jake?
And I got Penny Sewell. That's who I got. I believe Penny Sewell is the best offensive tackle in the group. He's strong. He's fast. He's got good quick. He's got good hands. He's got good protective instincts. He's got everything you need to have as an offensive tackle protecting your quarterback.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, though, Jay. This is what I'm gonna do. All right. The Jets. Sewell makes a perfect sense in Cincinnati to protect Burrow. We know that.
Yes.
He make perfect sense. So what I'm gonna do, Jay, I'm gonna send Justin Fields to the Jets now. And Atlanta is gonna get my boy. They're gonna get Wilson. I just switched it up.
Now you see it. Now you see it my way. Now the light done turned on.
The light turned on, Jay. So we're gonna send Fields. We're gonna send old boy.
Hey, fist bump it. Fist bump it.
What we gonna do, Jay?
Fist bump it.
We're gonna send to New York, Jay. Because Burrow needs help. He needs all the help he can get up there.
He does, man. I'm telling you, man. Nobody needs a guard like freaking Burrow needs a guard or a tackle for that matter.
Man, that man needs help in the worst way, Jay. He needs help in the worst way. Philly. Now, Jay, I'm gonna go for this one. I know a lot of Philadelphia Eagle fans. One of my close friends is a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Matter of fact, both of them. And Jay, I don't think Philly needs a quarterback. They have Jalen Hurts. But Jay, I thought about Mac Jones going to Philly. Yeah. But I thought about it. I say Philly needs a tight end. Because they tight end about to be out the door. So I thought about Kyle Pitts from Florida. But I'm stuck, though, Jay. I'm stuck at Mac Jones and Kyle Pitts. If you were the GM, Jay, of the Eagles, and you got the number 6 pick, Jay,
I love it.
I
love it, man. I love it.
You know what you need. What would you do, Jay? Would you pair up your 2 Alabama guys, or would you go?
You picked exactly who the hell I was going to pick. I was going Kyle Pitts all the way for Philadelphia. They don't need a quarterback. They got Hurts, and Hurts is a damn good quarterback. What they need is a really strong physical wide receiver. Now, I will tell you right now, Pitts is classified as a tight end, but they hold on, time out. Zach Ertz. Is it Ertz? Is it Ertz, right? Ertz is going to be leaving. They cannot financially keep him. So they're going to have to make – but Philadelphia loves to run 2 tight end sets. So they need to bring another tight end to replace him. And who are they going to bring in? They're going to bring the best wide tight end that's available in the draft, and they're going to bring in Kyle Pitts. He's strong. He's fast. He's a matchup nightmare. I'm telling you, hey, so yeah, you know what? It's amazing how you came to my side. I didn't think that would ever happen. I wish Logan was here right now to hear this and see this, because he would just be beside himself that me and you or that you actually came over to the right side of life.
I did, but Jay, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Philadelphia say, you know what, we do need a plan B just in case Jalen Hurts get hurt or something happens to him.
Well, they can. Yeah, you're right, but they can draft that at the lower rounds to get their backup quarterback.
They could, but they're getting Kyle Pitts because he's gonna give them DBs and safeties a fit.
Yeah.
So
let me tell you something right now. If you're drafted in the first round, you're not drafting a backup quarterback. You're drafting somebody to compete with your normal quarterback. You get that backup quarterback in rounds 4 through 5.
So let's just say, Jay, you're the coach. I'm the GM of the Eagles. Okay. Now we made the decision together to get Mac Jones. Okay, instead of Kyle Pitts. So training camp comes. We say Mac Jones, Jalen Hurts. Y'all will compete for the job. Who would you give the starting spot to, Jay? Out of them two, you know what's going on. You know these guys good. They know.
Truthfully, I will tell you who I give the job to. I give it to right now. Okay, without seeing these guys compete against each other, because it's really irrelevant right now because you haven't seen the two guys go at it. Time out. Watch it. Let me finish my sentence. What I do know is this. Hurts has gone to the pro level and been successful, and he's won. We don't know what Mac Jones is going to do at the pro level yet. We can suspect, we can predict, we can speculate, but we don't exactly know what goes on to a man's head when he takes that field and the game is faster than what he expected it to be. Now, what I like about Hurts is mobile. He's a hell of a lot more mobile than Mac Jones. He can throw the ball as well. And he has won at the pro level. He's won.
Yeah, he didn't win a lot of games. But my question is, though, Jay, let me reset.
I'm just saying that's what I would go with Hurts. I would go with Hurts based off of that reason.
Let me re-say it, Jay. Again, you're the coach, and I'm the GM. You seen these guys play. It don't matter. You seen them play. Who would be your starter, Jay? You seen these guys play.
Hurts.
You'll start Hurts. I'm going to start Mac Jones.
I mean, I know you would.
But you're the coach, though. I'm the GM, whatever. So it'd be in, you're the coach, you're the man.
I'm starting Hurts. But I just gave you the reason why. I'm starting Hurts because he's mobile. He's mobile. He can throw the ball. And I like that in him. He's, I don't think the pocket passer is necessarily the right way to go in this game. Unless you just got one hell of an offensive line. Because offensive lines in Philly, as we know, offensive lines in Philly need to be reworked. They got work to do on that offensive line.
They might as well blow it up.
Why do you think Wentz is not there anymore? And Wentz was a pocket passer, and now Wentz is over there with freaking Indianapolis. So what are you gonna do? Why are you gonna bring another pocket passer who has no NFL experience to replace another pocket passer who has NFL experience? I don't think it's the right choice. I think in Philadelphia, and that specific grade of offense in terms of their offensive line, I think Hurts is still going to be more successful than Mac Jones would be. Absolutely every day.
I don't know, Jay. I like Mac Jones. I love Mac Jones. Let's go to Detroit.
I know you do, and it's hard to get over a love affair, but I get it.
I do got a love affair with Mac Jones. Let's go to number 7, Jay. I'm gonna do it up in 2 because I'm Detroit. First of all, I'm not gonna do my Alabama guy Jalen Whittle. I'm not gonna do him like this. I'm not gonna disrespect my man like this. You know who I'm putting in sitting in Detroit, Jay?
Jamar Chase.
Absolutely. That's where he going. Close the door, lock it, send him away to Detroit because you know why he ain't gonna do nothing there anyway. They're gonna send him to Detroit. I don't care how good you was in college. That's out the window to me. If I was a coach or GM, I don't want to hear about your college days. It's what you doing now in the pros. I'm gonna tell you who's doing good. That Jefferson guy that came from LSU. Now he's doing good. I hate to even say that, but he's doing good. Now Mr. Chase decided not to play because of COVID. That's what they said. We don't know. So he fitting in right there in Detroit.
Right.
But what would he do? We don't know what he's gonna do in Detroit. So why we have him so high at number 7? I don't know. He ain't did nothing. But send him to Detroit where careers go to die.
They really do. They either die or they take a very long vacation and get the hell out of Dodge.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Who you got, Jay?
So my number 7, I got the same guy. I got Jamar Chase, just like I told you, because I feel like that's where he needs to be. Honestly, Jamar, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you have to go to Detroit, but you got to go to Detroit. Because I don't see Detroit drafting a quarterback because they just traded for a quarterback, and they're going to want to see what they got in Goff first. So then I look at, okay, now Goff needs weapons. Marvin Jones is damn near gone.
Oh, he gone. He out of there.
Exactly. Galladay is probably a 50-50 on the return. So what are you going to do to give him help? You're going to go draft a number 10 prospect, probably the best wide receiver that's left on the board, and you're going to take Jamar Chase.
That's it. In a nutshell. Y'all going to take Mr. Chase in Detroit. But I like Jared Goff. Everybody got a problem with Jared Goff. The man had a broken bone in his finger.
Hey, I'll tell you that now. I don't have a problem with Goff, to be honest with you. I don't have a problem with Goff. I think if a man can take a team to the Super Bowl, even if he doesn't win it, deserves a second chance.
And he got one. And I don't know what they're going to do in Detroit, but I hope he does well. Let's go to the number 8 draft.
Oh, shoot. We're halfway through almost.
Yeah, and that's the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, you know they need a quarterback.
Oh, wow.
Good. Well, because they just traded or they're getting ready to trade. Didn't Teddy Bridgewater ask for a trade?
I'm not sure.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe he asked for a trade. Either way, they need a quarterback. They need a quarterback. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is a long-term solution. I think he's
not a long-term solution.
No. So they're going to need to draft a quarterback. And who, in my opinion, right now, I've already got rid of Lawrence. I got rid of Fields. I got rid of Wilson. So now that he leaves me with Mac Jones or Trey Lance, and I don't think Mac Jones is going here. I don't have Mac Jones going that high. So I got Trey Lance going here. That's who I got going. I got Trey Lance going to the Panthers. I think that he will fit in with McCaffrey. I think he's going to fit in nicely with that offensive scheme. And I think, honestly, in terms of quality, he's the best pick that's on the board for those guys to draft. So I got Trey Lance going there.
Jay, I'm about to break your heart.
It's okay. Break my heart. It won't be the first time.
No, Jay, I'm not going to do that, Jay. I got Trey Lance going to Carolina also, Jay. The Teddy Bridgewater, he's going to be out the door. But
I think Teddy Bridgewater, which is really weird to me. Like, why would you bring a guy in? And they said they were high on him, but then now you're letting him go. And I don't think Teddy Bridgewater did necessarily a bad job at Carolina, but
no, he did okay. He did.
But I do think I think that they're definitely looking for their future leader, and I guess that they probably realize that Bridgewater isn't their future leader. He is basically a guy who can buy them some time while they develop another quarterback. And I think that's what they're going to do with Trey Lance. And I don't think they should throw Trey Lance into the mix right off the bat. I think they should let him sit in a backup role behind Bridgewater or whoever, because I don't think he's pro ready right now. I think I look at Trey Lance and I also look at Mac Jones the same way. I think they are project quarterbacks that just need more polishing to become pro ready, to get ready to that faster pace attack. And I think that's why, I would try to do everything I could to keep Bridgewater for 1 to 2 years, let Trey Lance get his feet wet, and things like that, and then turn the ball over and let Trey Lance take on.
I think Mac Jones ready, Jay.
I think
Mac Jones do good. I think he'll do good. Oh yeah, I think he'll do good, Jay. I don't think
it'll be bad. I just don't think he's pro ready. I don't think
Jay, he's pro ready. I just talked to him. He said he's ready to rock.
Oh, you talked to him, did you?
Yeah, he's ready to rock and roll, Jay.
Man, if you talked to him, why couldn't we get him on as a guest?
He said he don't want to get into all that right now. He said let him get his
okay. Because man, I said we need to bring him on as a guest and talk with that man.
Yeah, we're gonna get that. At number 9, Jay, the Denver Broncos. They need some cornerbacks. So
Denver Broncos need a lot of things. Quarterback is one of them, though.
They're gonna get Patrick Surtain in Denver.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna get, Jay. I got a surprise for Dallas next, though. Go ahead, Jay.
No, but we are on the same side of the ball. We're just different guys. I got Micah Parsons, the linebacker stud, out of Penn State going to the Denver Broncos, and I feel like they've been looking for a linebacker for quite some time now, and I think that guy will absolutely fill that need. And I think that that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to draft the best linebacker that's on the board, and I think they're going to go with that. I don't think they're going cornerback just yet. They may address their cornerback needs in the second round, but I think best available, and that's what I'm saying, best available would be Micah Parsons at that pick.
I'm listening, Jay, but I am going somewhere else.
I know you do.
I'm going somewhere else, Jay.
But you know what? But everybody always comes home, Shaw. They always come home.
Yeah, they do.
You're just taking a little bit of a walk right now.
That's right. That's why you're going next, Jay, number 10, Jay, with your cowgirls.
Woo, man. All right, here we go. This is my team, Cowboys. And like I've always said, like I was telling you in pregame, I don't want Patrick Surtain, which I could plug him in here right now, but I don't think he's the right one to go with. I think Caleb Farley is the right one to go with at that pick. What do you think about that? In my opinion, I've seen Surtain get beat several times. No, I've seen Surtain get beat. Even in the national championship and league game leading up to it, I saw that man get beat several times. And I don't think and I know Dallas Cowboys need cornerbacks like there's no tomorrow. Truthfully, we need safeties too as well.
Y'all need everything.
And I think that Caleb Farley, though, in terms of if I look at what's best available, I see Caleb Farley being that guy. And that's why I got Caleb. I'm just looking at taking the best available for my defense. And so that's why I got Caleb Farley. And I believe he will be there. I think him and Surtain will both be there. But I think Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech is much better than Surtain.
He is good, though. He is good. But if I was Dallas, Cowgirls, this is what they could go. I got this written down, Jay. I finally written down some notes. This is what the Cowboys could do. They could choose to go cornerback or edge rusher. Or they could figure it off in the blind.
Yeah, they could, but why would they go edge rusher? They have edge rushers already.
Who they got?
You got Aldon Smith. You got Randy Gregory.
Whoa. Jay, you naming drug dealers, you naming drug heads.
Well, come on now, damn it.
No, Jay.
Hey, and don't forget now, you still got DeMarcus Lawrence.
Jay, what did he do?
That D-Law in there.
What did he do? Jay, come on. What that man did last year? All right. Look, he's coming.
Jay, don't worry about him. He's coming, okay?
Jay, Dallas need everything.
I just think Caleb Farley is probably going to be the best cornerback solution at that spot. And that's our biggest need. Honestly, I think right now our secondary is more of a need than our defensive line. And that's just how I see that.
Y'all need pass rushers, but y'all need offensive line. That's why y'all don't get Rashawn.
I get that. You're gonna go Slater. That's what I was trying to tell you earlier.
Y'all getting him.
And it's not that I think that's a bad move. Honestly, it's not. Taking Slater on our O-line, especially with all the injuries that we've taken, Slater can play all the positions, every single position, guard, tackle, right or left, and center. He plays all of them. So it wouldn't be a bad idea because we lost Fredericks. We lost him to retirement. And then Tyron Smith has been pretty much due to injury. He's been out quite a bit during injury. So right now we've had a lot of rookies on our offensive line, which made it hard for that, which obviously is why he's in the hospital or was in the hospital to replace that bad knee he got off of it. So I can see why he went Slater. It's not a bad way to go either. It really is.
No, it's not, Jay. No, it's not. Let's move on to the New York Giants. Jay.
Okay.
They need an offensive line. But
yeah, they do. They do. Hey, look, ask Saquon Barkley what he thinks he needs in New York.
But Jay,
he's also the one that's lined. He's also laid up with a bad knee.
I got my boy Malachi Parsons going to the Giants. That's the guy you picked. I got him going to play for the Giants on that defense.
Wait, who do you have again?
Oh, you heard him.
You say
Malachi.
Claxton?
Malachi.
Okay. Yeah.
I got him going to the Giants.
Okay.
That's why I got him. Who you got?
To the Giants, I think that Jones is going to need somebody to throw the ball. I still feel like he needs somebody to throw the damn ball to. He doesn't have that big time receiver that he used to have, or they used to have, in other ones. So I got my boy out of Alabama, your boy out of Alabama, Jalen Waddle, going to the New York Giants to help them compete on that very, very, very anemic offense. And let's be honest, most of New York's offense goes through Saquon Barkley, and that's why Saquon Barkley's ass is laid up in the hospital, because he got used so damn much that body broke down. And they don't have a lot of offensive linemen to really create holes. So he's got to do a lot of cutting to create his own holes like Barry Sanders did. And that only goes so long before you get hurt. So that's why I got Waddle, excuse me. I got Waddle going to New York to take some of the pressure, number one, to take some of the pressure off of Barkley. And number two, to help out Daniel Jones be successful in that offense.
I like that, Jay. I like that. Jay, for my pick, now we on San Francisco. Now, Jay, I thought about it. I like Jalen Waddle. I wanted to make sure my guy landed on a good team. I got him going to San Francisco.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got my boy going to San Francisco. Him and Debo Samuel, George Kittle. Man, think about that, Jay. Think about that.
I feel what you're saying. I do.
But I don't know if it's going to happen. But I hope it does, because I've been flip-flopping between him going to Minnesota. So I don't know. Just think Jefferson, Thielen, and Wilder on the same field together. Man, that's deadly. But I got him going to San Francisco. I'm going to keep it right there, Jay.
Yeah, I got Patrick Surtain going to San Francisco. I still kind of feel like their secondary is in need of another cornerback.
Yeah,
since I got Caleb Farley coming off and going to Dallas, I'm going to go ahead and go with what I think is the second best corner at that particular spot in the draft that they need. And I got Patrick Surtain Jr. Now, listen, Patrick Surtain, like I told you earlier, has been known to get beat. But I do think that he, at that position, or at their drafting position, he is probably the best available. Not the best in the draft, but at that position, he's the best available. So I got Patrick Surtain, and Patrick Surtain does have good hands now. He's got good hands. I just think he needs to work on his speed, and I think that they'll get that addressed with the Giants. But I got Patrick Surtain going at that spot.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're almost there, Jay. We're on pick 13 with the LA Chargers. I'll let you take this one, Jay.
No, you take that first, because my computer died or is dying on me. I've got to find my charger real fast. If I don't find my charger real quick, my phone's gonna die. So hurry up. You go. You take this first.
Who do the Chargers need, Jay?
The Chargers. So the Chargers. They just drafted for a quarterback. So now they don't need a quarterback. Damn.
Do they need a running back, Jay?
No. You know what? You know what I'm gonna give? I'm gonna give them the same thing that I gave Burrow. If I'm thinking that way, I'm thinking this way. I'm giving them an offensive tackle. I'm gonna go with Kyle Pitts. Excuse me, not Kyle Pitts. I already gave Kyle Pitts away. I'm going with let me see who's available right now.
Yeah, we can make some trades, Jay. I'm
going Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC. That's what I'm going to do.
I like that. They got
a hole at left tackle. Hold on, they got a hole at left tackle, just like Burrow had at left tackle. He had a hole, and we filled it with Sewell. The next best offensive tackle is going to be Elijah Vera Tucker to fill that need, and so I got him going at that spot. So Elijah Vera Tucker, offensive tackle, I got going to Los Angeles.
I got the same thing, Jay.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do, Jay. Now, Minnesota. I like Minnesota. It's cold up there in the wintertime. I got Minnesota getting my man from Michigan. KYD Payne. Jay, did I say his name right, Jay? Did I say the name right?
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
I think he's going to Minnesota, Jay. What you think?
No, shit. I'm thinking. I didn't draft all the way to 16, so I'm having to look through my list of what I have, and I'm trying to see what I think would go with that spot. Just give me 1 second, because I don't want to say anything that's wrong.
All the time you need, Jay. All the time you need.
No. I don't need that much time. I'm just trying to. Because here's the thing about Minnesota. With me, my problem in Minnesota is they have a lot of needs. They need a quarterback and Kirk Cousins, so they need to start drafting for the future because Kirk Cousins sucks. He sucks balls. So so I'm trying to decide: do I want to send Mac Jones there to help them out at the quarterback position, or at least draft for the future? Or do I want to look at the defensive side of the ball? Because obviously the defensive side of the ball is horrible too.
Yeah.
It's a hard one, man. But I also know New England's coming up at 15, and I'm trying to figure out who do I think needs a quarterback more, and I think that New England needs a quarterback more. I think that I think Minnesota's going to need more defensive help. So I'm going to go with Jalen Phillips out of Miami defensive end. And I think he's going to bolster that line. I think he's going to bolster that line, and I think he's going to add value. I think he's going to add more value to the defensive side of the ball than Mac Jones will on the offensive side of the ball. What do you think?
Yeah, but they not. Yeah. Minnesota going. I like that. Kirk Cousins ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
Well, I think he will. I think Kirk Cousins will go somewhere, but I think right now I don't think it's quite the time for him to go somewhere. I think they have other needs, and I think that I think that Kirk Cousins can still provide them with decent quarterback leadership while they address the other needs, and then they can always come back and draft a quarterback for the future on that one. Honestly,
I believe
if they're going to be competitive, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say that if they went to Mac Jones at that spot and didn't go defense, I wouldn't even blame them for that, because I still think, and I know Kirk Cousins isn't the answer, and so if they think they need to take the Mac Jones at that spot and develop him under Kirk Cousins and then spring him out, then I think they're going to go well with that spot too. I don't see Minnesota vying for a position in the playoffs at least for another 2 to 3 years. So I think you have time to draft either Mac Jones now, or you can go defense now. Well, and maybe they do better. Either way, you're not going to be wrong. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make.
But I think Mac Jones, he going to New England, Jay. I got a feeling, because it's a few Bama players that's playing for New England, and probably a vouch for him, because we know Belichick and Saban got a little connection. So don't be surprised if Mac Jones be that quarterback next season. Well, I can't say next season, because it's going to start here soon. So Mac Jones going to New England.
So here's how I'm going to play this out with New England. I've already had them. Okay, it's a part A and it's a part B for the obvious reasons that I stated at the beginning of this draft with the New York Jets. If they trade up with the New York Jets, then I would have the Jets taking an offensive lineman at this spot, and I would go with whatever is available left on the list. But I don't. But you're saying that you don't, and it's a very good possibility that the Jets don't trade out of that spot. I think the Jets are so focused on drafting at the number 2 that I don't think they're going to draft out of it. But I'm going to give you the what if the Jets don't draft out of it, and if they just take Justin Fields off the board, which they probably will do. I think that the Patriots then go for the best quarterback available, and that's going to be Mac Jones. Yeah, I think Mac Jones has been, like you said earlier, I think Mac Jones has been competitive. He won a national title. He's got good instincts. I just think with Mac Jones, I think he needs a little. In my personal opinion, I still think he needs a little bit more polishing on game speed and things like that. Mm-hmm. And I think that if anybody's going to develop Mac Jones into the best quarterback in the world, it would be under Belichick. And I think that Belichick would be the best spot for him to develop underneath. So we'll see it. We'll see if the Zen Master pulls the trigger on him. I think he should personally.
Oh, he will.
I think he should.
Oh, he will. I think he will, Jay. I got a feeling, Jay. I got a feeling. Let's do it, Jay. Close us out on the last draft, Jay. Who you got going to Arizona?
All right, Arizona. I think that they've already brought in J.J. Watt on defense to help them out on the edge rush, but I still think they need help on the defensive secondary side. I got Caleb Farley going to Dallas, so I got the second best corner available, which is your boy, Patrick Surtain II, going there. Now, that's going to be a rough one, brother.
It is going to be a rough one.
But that's why I have Patrick Surtain plugged in. But I tell you, man, I think I just see that guy get blitzed a lot, and that's my only fear with him. But he is the second best available at that spot. So I got Patrick Surtain going to Cardinals.
Yeah, man, Arizona. Man, Jay, Arizona. They don't need to. Well, I don't know. I mean, Arizona. Hopkins can't do it by himself. Hopkins, he just can't do it by himself.
Right.
Patrick Peterson's leaving. So, who would you get to replace Patrick Peterson? Man, that's a tough question. Actually, I was fighting either for Surtain. I don't even know any decent corners at this point. But Jay, they could go defense. Get some defensive ends, get some defensive tackles. They're gonna get somebody in Arizona. I don't know who they're gonna get in Arizona.
I really think that. I think, in my opinion, I think if Patrick Surtain is available, I think I think they're going to go secondary for their defense. I think they should go secondary for their defense. They've already addressed at least a little bit of the edge. I don't know, man. I'm not sold on J.J. Watt, man. I'm scared that he's not going to be able to play a full 16-game season. He's going to get hurt. So I'm not really fully sold on him. So, and I don't know why J.J. would pick Arizona to make his Super Bowl whatever dreams come true. I think he should have gone to either Buffalo, Cleveland, or the Packers. I think Arizona. And which kind of makes me wonder if those guys were even in the table talks with him, and that maybe Arizona was the best table talk discussion with him.
And his ex teammates over there too. So maybe he just wanted to play with his teammates.
I can see I see why he would want to go to Green Bay because he's from Wisconsin. I see why he wants to go to the Steelers because his brother plays with the Steelers. I can see why he wants to go with Buffalo and or even Tennessee because they have good playoff potential. But I don't understand, and I don't see a connection as to why he would want to go with the Cardinals. That makes absolutely no sense.
A great former teammate was over there, Jay.
I got you, DeAndre Hopkins. I know you're going with that, but is that really enough? Just having a good teammate because he had a good teammate in Watson.
Yeah, maybe Jay. He's at the tail end of his career, and maybe he was like, you know what, play my boy one last time and ride into the sun.
He could. I doubt that's the reason, but
it could be.
I just don't think that's the reason. But
it could be.
Either way, he made a decision, and he's going to have to live with that decision for at least 2 more years.
Maybe that was the decision. Let me play my boy one last time before I call it quits.
Hey, I want to just one thing real quick. Jack Davis, who said Winston isn't Wilson. Of course, he's not Wilson. That's why you get him at a bargain price. Because if he was Wilson, you'd have to pay a crap ton of money more. When I say a crap ton, I'm saying over the salary cap more or draft picks more. So clearly, Winston is not Wilson in that regard. But my friend, for every piece of coal that you see out there, a diamond could come out of it. And you're going to get that lump of coal at a very cheap price. And if Sean Payton and them do their responsible duties and develop him, you're going to get that diamond in the rough, and you're going to look like a damn genius. Mm-hmm. You're going to look like a Bill Belichick if you could develop that guy. And I think you can. I really think Jameis Winston was never truly developed at the pro level the way he should have been. I think athletically, Jameis Winston has all the tools that you need. He just has to develop those tools. And I think under Sean Payton's tenure, he's going to do that. And you're going to get him at a very, 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 very cheap price. And you're not going to have to sell your farm to get him.
Like Dallas going to do.
Oh, that's
They're
true.
gonna do anything.
Because and I think that, but Big Shaw, that's the problem I have, right? I mean, why sell your farm if you don't have to? Why sell it? Why give away some of your future if you don't have to? Why not first try to develop Winston first? And if that failed experiment doesn't work, what did you really honestly lose? Because you didn't put that much money into him.
That is true.
And you could, matter of fact, bullshit. You got Taysom Hill on that team too. I guarantee you, one of those two quarterbacks gonna make you competitive.
Yeah,
at some level. I don't think even with Wilson, I'll be honest with you, even with Wilson, there's no guarantees you're gonna make the fucking Super Bowl. There's not a guarantee. There's too many good teams. No, there's too many good teams. We're seeing Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Kansas City. I mean, there's so many good teams out there. There's no way that Russell Wilson makes you a contender.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he makes you a contender to get to the playoffs. That's for sure. But there's no guarantee that he's going to get to the Super Bowl or even win you a Super Bowl. And what does that do for you long term? Because you gave away your future.
That's right.
So what I'm saying is, don't look at just right now. Look at right now plus down the road in the future. If you want to stay competitive and not be a basement dwelling former Cleveland Browns type of team, and make your fan base happy.
You got to make your fan base happy. Got to make it happy.
Yeah, is that it? Did we make it all the way to 16?
Yeah, we did, Jay.
Well, ain't that some bullshit?
We did, Jay. And we can do, I guess when Logan come back, Jay, we can finish it up. We can stop it right here, Jay.
Yeah, I think on unscripted. Are we doing on unscripted? I believe we'll talk about that later. I don't want to talk about that because you got too many things going on. But yeah, man, that's what's up.
Oh, yeah, Jay.
That's what we're doing. We're doing coaches and special teams on unscripted. We've already done our offense and defense.
Yeah.
But we will. But I'm telling you right now, Big Shaw, we are going to cover more of the draft on unscripted because we still got like a month away, so we got a lot more draft to talk about. Even on your show, we got more draft to talk about.
Oh yeah. Well, Jay, we done bypass an hour, so I'm pretty sure everybody.
I don't really bypass an hour, man. But I'll tell you what, this draft, there's a lot to talk about in this draft. Honestly, you know what? The thing about the draft, honestly, to me, Shaw, which makes it interesting, is there's so much offensive line, defensive line, and it's such a deep quarterback-driven draft. And if you look around the league, think about how many teams you know out there that are desperately needing a quarterback to guide them out of the funk. And there's so many good quarterbacks out there that can help guide them. So, I mean, it's going to be a good draft. It's going to be interesting to see what all these teams do and the decisions in which they make. I would not be surprised if New England traded up to number 2 and just traded out of it. But like Shaw said, I'm not counting on it either because I think Justin Fields maybe that carrot that's just dangling up there that they don't want to pass up on. Sometimes passing up on the carrot and giving up to your offensive line can sometimes be the right answer. And I don't know if they're going to want to look at it that way.
Could be, Brother Jay. But I guess that's it for right now, Jay. We'll be back Friday on Unscripted. But that's it for now for the Big Shots podcast. Well, thank everybody for listening, and good night and goodbye.